a signal to the world that we are open for business.
We are now open for business. This is Cesar Vallejos bringing you yet another episode to guide you in discovering your passion and growing your business as we learn from experts in the field. Sama-sama tayong matuto sa isa na namang makabuluhang usapan tungo sa pagpapaunlad ng inyong negosyo. Ang Open for Business ay mapapanood nyo rin sa Facebook, sa YouTube. Siguraduhin mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media page at Net25TV. Alamin natin, suriin mula sa mga negosyante, thought leaders at mga personalidad sa iba't ibang larangan ang mga strategies, trends at mahalagang karanasan sa pagninegosyo dahil tayo ay open for business. From a cloud kitchen, whipping up family heirloom recipes to a thriving business in a short time, Illo's Group Incorporated has evolved into a culinary sensation. Guided by its philosophy, dine at home, its party trays during the lockdown satisfied many palates and transformed dining tables in celebrating life despite the uncertainties. Join us as we sit down with Illo's COO Maq Agapito to discover how they've not only grown a brand that nourished cravings, but nurtured the welfare of their employees and became a beacon of inspiration. Illo's Group Incorporated is ready to serve delectable trade secrets as they are now open for business.
Si Lolo Ever
At ako si May.
ang aking forever. Si Lola May na passionista, loves ko kahit ang tapang niya.
Hoy ever, loves din kita. Naligo ka na ba?
Si Ever for May at si May forever.
Babalik ang Lutong Daza dito sa Net25. Ako si Sandy Daza.
At ako naman si Patty Daza, and we are the Cooking Cousins. Asahan nyo ang mas nakakatakam na mga recipes, mas malakas na halakhakan,
At tawag ko rito put-put eh.
at syempre mga celebrity guests na game na game.
Express sa buhay din. Galing.
Kita-kits sa kusina. Lutong Daza, Saturdays, 11 a.m. sa Net25.
Pag New Year, New Me na ba ang lahat? Sa panibagong yugto ng ating buhay, patuloy ang Net25 sa pagbabahagi ng kasiyahan, kaaliwan, tawanan, at mahalagang impormasyon sa inyo. Let's net together in 2024. Maligayang bagong taon mula sa Net25.
In 2019, a humble cloud kitchen was established, offering gourmet party trays that tickled the taste buds and steered the weary soul within the confines of lockdowns. Little did we know that this was the birth of a culinary revolution, a narrative that transcends the confines of a virtual kitchen. But what truly sets this story apart is the unwavering commitment to celebrate life. This isn't just about food. It's about celebrating the joys of existence and spreading happiness through the palate. To share with us the delicious journey of Illo's Group Incorporated, we are speaking with Chief Operating Officer Maq Agapito to serve us a platter of business lessons on food service industry. How are you, Maq?
I'm doing great, CRV. Thank you very much for inviting me to your show. It's really such an honor. Yeah.
Nakakagutom pag pinag-uusapan natin ang pagkain. My first question is, we talked about you started, I mentioned about cloud kitchen. Or
Yes.
some call it dark kitchen.
Yes.
Ano ba yung cloud kitchen?
I think the best word nga, cloud kitchen is also a virtual kitchen wherein normally when we order or buy food, we go to a restaurant, brick and mortar structure, right? So for a cloud kitchen or for a virtual kitchen, there's no physical restaurant where people go to. It's purely, it's made in another structure, but it's purely based on delivery. So ganun po
Wow.
siya, yeah.
So up to now, you're still doing that?
We are, yeah, it's still our bread and butter up until this time, although we have already evolved in other brands, which is also basically the same thing that we do. More on food pa rin po talaga tayo.
Wow. I am seeing the profile of the company, and you also say that you are the caterer to the stars. I should say yes because you catered our Star Kada event.
Yes,
you
yes,
were
yes.
there, and other events of Net 25.
Yes,
Bakit
yes,
kayo
yes.
caterer of the stars?
Well, it just so happened, CRV siguro, na we were able to tap the entertainment niche. And it also started because of how we have introduced ourselves during, I think, prior to the pandemic, and it was also magnified during the pandemic. No? So, I mean, when most of the people are not doing anything, so of course, wala naman masyadong ginagawa yung mga tao nung pandemic. They just scroll. It's getting to be an addiction. No? People
Yes.
just scroll and scroll. They see food. But celebrations continue. All the people, whether artista ka or hindi, wala eh. You are confined in your homes. But life still continues. People, Filipinos particularly, love to celebrate. So even these stars, yung mga artista natin na siguro nagsascroll din sila, maybe they also got curious and they tried our food. So there are some instances wherein kami din mismo, when we started, nagulat kami that this particular celebrity ordered from us, and then they tried their food and they post about it and they liked it, and maybe it was built from there. And then the rest was history at nakakuha tayo. And I think the word also spread, and then dun po tayo talaga nagsimula. So now we were able to build our clientele also in the entertainment niche, and we are very happy and we are very humbled for that to happen.
And thank you because you were also there at the launching of the Net
Yes.
25 Star Center.
Yes.
So really a caterer to the stars. Okay. Pero I got curious, ano yung gusto ng mga artista? Or is there something that they want to order or that they want to eat from Illo's?
Sa totoo lang, sir, no, in the Party Trays brand, we have more than 100 dishes. It's quite
Diverse.
Yes, it's quite diverse, and they pretty much have different options to choose from. But of course, we have our best sellers. What we actually do is that whenever we send out our menu, we send it out per package so that people would know which are the best pairings for, from one dish to another. Kasi syempre, halimbawa, meron kang pagkain na beef. Dapat it has to be best paired with a chicken dish, something like that. So it's easier for them to also understand and mas ma-appreciate nila yung pinaka-package natin. But of course, again, we have our best sellers like the kare-kare, mostly Filipino-Spanish dishes. Kare-kare, we have paella, we have baked salmon, and we also have our 40 cloves of garlic chicken. So these are some of the staples that most of the people order up until now. Before we started, and up until now.
Wow, interesting. With all these specialties or best sellers, where was the inspiration coming from?
To be honest, no, it's actually a mixture of those things. May mga family heirloom. Like we have our kare-kare. The name of the kare-kare in Party Trays is kare-kare ni Lola Remy. Yeah, that's the whole name of it. So the inspiration...
Lola Remy is the...
Lola Remy is the mother of Chef N's wife.
Okay.
Chef N is our CEO and also our founder, who is
Okay.
also our executive chef. Meaning he's the one who really brought the recipes into life.
Okay.
So doon talaga po siya nagsimula. And on top of that, maniwala po kayo sa hindi, the recipes are also the staple recipes that are usually cooked at home. Yun po talaga siya. Talagang, well, basically it's an heirloom recipe passed on from generation to generation. But it's something, the way that we have concocted everything, we made sure that everything has the seal of approval of the children. Yung mga anak ni Chef in particularly.
Yes.
So ibig sabihin
How
lahat.
old are the children?
Yeah, right now, Sab is 17 years old, and then Rafi's 11, then another one is 1 year old, and another one is coming. tomorrow. Kaya
Okay.
Chef N unfortunately isn't with us today because his wife would be delivering.
That's beautiful because you are catering to the youth market.
Yes.
Oh, siyempre, if they're mature or
Yes.
the Lola Remy.
Lola Remy, yes.
Lola Remy is there. So and it is being passed to the different generations. There's a wider market
Yes,
for it.
and kids are honest. That's why. When kids
yes.
say it's not good, it's not really good. So at least we get an immediate feedback from them na okay, so kapag nagustuhan ng mga bata, of course, magugustuhan din yan ng ibang bata, di ba? Kasi gano'n naman, kids are really built that way also na if they don't really like something, especially the food, of course, hindi talaga siya masarap, hindi natin lalabas. So we'll try to check on what are the things that we can do to improve so that by the time that we bring it out, then it's something that kids, especially kasi family nga siya, families can
yes.
also enjoy.
Pero normally, ano ang gusto ng bata? Is it in terms of taste? Is it something sweet? I'm sure it's not spicy.
Yes,
di ba?
yes, yes,
Something
yes, yes.
sweet. Ano yung karaniwan na parang, ano ba yung palate ng bata?
Kids also have different preferences. But syempre kung bata ka, medyo more on the sweet side ka, di ba? But for some other kids, they're looking for that rich umami flavor as well. Yung hindi masyadong matabang, hindi rin masyadong maalat. So kind of a mix or a balance of those things.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Again, Mac, I'm looking at this history. The company started offering party trays with two
Yes.
helpers.
Yes.
And the first menu was worth 13,000.
That's correct.
Kaya magandang pag-usapan to dahil may pandemya man o wala, yung industry ninyo ang essential yan. So, ibig sabihin, kung magninegosyo ka, ay talagang sa pagkain, talagang uso lagi yan, di ba? Unlike maybe fashion, there's fads, and there's some trends.
That it goes away.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
But with food, it's always there.
Yes.
People get hungry and
Correct.
people will buy.
That's correct.
What's the history behind Illo?
You know what, CRV, you might find it also interesting that, yes, we started in 2019, but it's actually towards the end of the year. So basically, 2020 na, we started December of 2019. So we're at the precipice of the pandemic. No, we heard about the pandemic January of 2020. When we started the party tray business in December of 2019, the initial thought was, because si Chef N kasi wanted to go abroad. Because prior to that, we also had different businesses. We tried other ventures in business. But
Like
there was also a catering business.
Catering
business. Nagkaroon ng pizza parlor. So we also tried other food ventures in the past, but didn't really fly off. And there were also some personal struggles. It wasn't really a rags to riches story. Hindi naman gano'n na parang nag-start ka talaga sa lusak and then you ganyan. Hindi siya gano'n. But it's actually a story of redemption. Trying to find our place in the business, trying to find our way in the industry. Because again, gano'n naman talaga sa negosyo, di ba? Parang nagsisimula ka, minsan hindi it doesn't fly, it fails. But it's just really about you pursuing the things that you love. So it just so happened in December of 2019, Chef N was planning to go to abroad. Lilipad siya.
Which country?
Somewhere in the Caribbean.
Okay. Is it for vacation?
For
Is
good.
it for business?
For good. There was an opportunity to put up a car shop. Mahilig din siya sa kotse. Ang galing eh. So magaling siya magluto, mahilig din siya sa kotse.
Okay.
But of course, during that time, bakit ka naman pupunta ng Caribbean island? Di ba? Why would you put up a business there? It's very, you don't know what's going to happen. At the same time, may holiday. There's a holiday. And of course, pag holiday, you shouldn't be leaving your family.
Yes.
Di ba? So, subukan na lang natin ulit. Let's try to have a business again. Let's try it one more time. Di ba? Although there were some rejections and failures in the past, there were issues with some other people. Yung parang naloko ka, may mga ganun eh.
Yeah.
Kaya parang ayaw mo na. Parang may ganong effect siya. But we still tried. So what we did during that time is we curated our personal favorites. Yung mga masasarap na, yung mga pagkain na madalas nating hinahain sa bahay. And that's what we tried to offer. Subukan nating offer sa kanila. Malay mo naman sa mga friends. And then the first order that we got, yun nga, was the 13,500 worth of package sa isang kaibigan. It's a birthday of the father of our friend. So, doon siya nagsimula. Everything rolled from there. We even remember that during the time when we were just starting, ang binibili lang natin, would just be enough ingredients, mga 3 pirasong kamatis, yung mga ganun lang, just enough, until we saw na parang possible pala, pwede. I mean, people are ordering, hindi natin yung dating listahan nasa likod lang ng kalendaryo. Di ba? Ganun lang siya eh. Tapos until biglang nagtatara ka na ng mga orders mo, tapos nagugulat ka yung listahan, umaabot na sa ibaba. So maybe that's where the epiphany started. Na, maybe we can build something from this. And then, we've been hearing about the pandemic by January of 2020. Doon natin naiisip na, sandali lang, kakasimula lang natin, di ba?
Yes, yeah.
And we've been hearing about it. And during that time, when we heard about that, although we've been hearing the word pandemic in school, in textbooks, but we didn't really fully realize
Exactly.
how
The impact
how
of it,
how it would impact our life, the magnitude of of the pandemic. So we thought during that time, okay, mga ano lang yan. Mga baka mamaya 1 buwan lang yan, 2 buwan lang yan. Lo and behold, by March,
So hindi na siya natuloy sa travel.
hindi na. Oo, kasi nung nag-December, orders started to pour in. Parang okay, yun nga, we can build something from here. Then nagtuloy-tuloy na nga tayo doon.
So somehow, parang accidentally, you
It was a
were able
blessing.
to prepare for it as well.
Correct. Yeah. So I think that was the blessing that we've realized na at least before the pandemic, we were able to prepare ourselves. We were able to position ourselves already in the market. Because during that time, our value proposition, what we wanted to happen was for families to continue to dine at home. Kasi bago ang pandemya, saan ba kumakain ng mga tao? They're at restaurants,
sa labas,
they're
malls,
hotels,
yes.
they're at malls. Wag naman. Kumain kayo sa bahay. You enjoy food, you enjoy the company of your loved ones at home. So yun yung value proposition that we wanted to impart out there. So again, we were able to position ourselves because by the time that the pandemic hit,
Everybody's
walang
at
choice.
home. Yes,
Walang choice yung mga
yes,
tao.
oo.
They're at home. But again, celebrations still continue. And we're there to make it happen for them.
Now, this one is a good question. With the early setbacks experienced, what are the key lessons you learned from the previous failed food ventures that have guided your success today?
First thing in mind is trust. I think part of the process is to really trust the wrong people in order to know the right ones.
Trust the wrong people in order
To know who the right ones are. And once you have realized who these people are, they are worth everything. It's important that you get to be with people who have the same vision as you, who have people who have the same mindset, people who would want to take the road with you through the ups and the downs. And I think it's priceless when you have these people with you, when you thread through that journey of uncertainty like the pandemic.
Yes.
And then you see them grow with you. I think that's one of the best things.
Wow, that's something to digest. Pero, siyempre, Maq, if you can trust the right people immediately, that's better.
Yes,
Without having to trust the wrong ones, correct?
Correct. But again, we wouldn't really know
If they're
at
the
the,
right
at the
one.
onset, di ba? So,
I
kumbaga
see.
parang minsan, sabi nga nila, in time you'd see the true colors of, of people. But I think sa akin, hindi sila nagbabago. Through time, you just get to know them more or you just get to know them better. And then once you have already realized who these people are, these are the people worth. With our experience, it's very important coming from several business attempts that we have tried. And part of the reasons why we didn't really make it then during that time, it's because we were able to, trust the wrong ones also in the past. So I think as we go through this business, we were able to somehow find parcels of those experiences and translate it into something that we can use today, so that would be able to also thread through the challenges of the business, because again, this is the biggest that we have so far. I mean, that we have yet to experience. And of course, with all the hardships and with all the experiences that we've had, this is not something that we wouldn't want to waste. There are so many people who have trusted us, and we wouldn't want to fail them and their families.
Wow, that's interesting, Maq. Now, reading your background, Maq, you came from a TV network. You're into communications. You are into real estate
Yes.
before. So,
Correct.
why food? Is that also your passion? Or do you also, aside from loving food, do you also cook somehow? Or do you appreciate food lang?
Well, I don't cook, but I do eat. Pwede mo ba ganon, no? No, me going to Illos was actually a leap of faith. You know, it was a leap of faith. Earlier, you asked me how am I connected with our founder, with our CEO. We are not related by blood, but again we are related by affiliation. I've known him and Miss R, his wife, for the past more than 10 years already, and we've known each other in the real estate sector. I mean, that's where we knew each other. We worked together.
What was your role then in real estate?
I was the business development head for international marketing.
Okay.
So from my position, I took a leap of faith because I want to join and help my friends build a business. So that's how it actually happened. Because I remember during that time, when they were having a different set of business, and again, I knew their story. I knew how they were betrayed, you know, yung sabi ko pa nga po, betrayed by other people. And during that time, I was still a bit young, so I don't think I have something more to offer. So they were asking me to be part of the company, but I wasn't able to come with them right away because I feel I'm still young. I still have something to, you know, prove to myself. And of course, bata ka pa nga, you're still trying to build a career out of that. So come the time that there's already another opportunity to join them, I really took a leap of faith. I know I already have an established job. I have a career already, and I'm already at the top of my game in the real estate sector. Prior to Illos, I took a leap of faith. So I don't really have any background in food, but again, if you are with the right people who can guide you and you know that you have the same vision, I think it's the same banana. I mean, it's about entrepreneurship, it's about management, it's about leadership. So all of these are foundational concepts in any business. It's just that medyo iba lang ng produkto. Ang mas maganda lang ngayon, mas nabubusog ako because of the business.
Okay, but Maq, I think that's intriguing. Okay, you say that that's a leap of faith, but somehow you mentioned these foundations. So the same principles in management, marketing, maybe finance.
Yes, correct.
Although that's a different industry, but was the trigger? Okay, there's a leap of faith. The same basic principles of management, marketing, finance. You know, all the things that are basically the fundamentals of running a business. But what was the trigger? Kumaga, meron din bang mga tipping point yan? Or dahil kaibigan mo, parang, sige, gawin na natin.
A big part, major part was really because, again, I had a promise to help, you know, during that time. So from the time that I saw that there's an opportunity to work with them again, so I immediately really jumped into it. But aside from that, of course, the concept of entrepreneurship, the concept of business, I mean, coming from a corporate world for the longest time, where, I mean, you try to work hard for the company, but at the end of the day, who really benefits? It's the company. Of course, it's okay because again, that's what you really signed up for. You build on your skills so that you can help an organization. But of course, jumping into business is a different thing.
Which is exactly my next question. The corporate life in a corporate structure is very different from entrepreneurship.
Correct,
so what are the differences and what were you able to apply in this corporate life to this new life of entrepreneurship?
Being in the business has allowed me to connect the dots. Because when you are in the corporate world, you just hustle. With my experience coming from varied industries, coming from media, I was a program researcher. That was my first job during that time. So I was able to get to know more about my research skills, you know, because I was a program researcher during that time. And then I also jumped into curriculum building, education, you know, and then I also became a trainer. I also became a part of a sales and marketing team. And then I was also able to head a business development unit. So all of these things, it required me to hone a particular competency which I was able to use in the business now. Because during
Which
that
is
time,
good.
again, you just hustle without really knowing ano ba to, iba't ibang industriya, iba't ibang competencies. Hindi mo alam kung saan siya magagawa. Now, I was able to realize, okay, having this business, all of the things that I've learned in the past, I was only able to connect it looking backwards.
Yes.
No, kaya ko pala ginawa yun because it's something that I can use. So it's important that whatever you do, you always try to hone a particular competency because you wouldn't know in your attempt to do business. It's something that you would be able to apply. So I think that's the difference, because again, in the corporate world, you just hustle. But in entrepreneurship, all the life skills, all the life experiences that you've had, mailalabas mo, wala kang choice. Because whatever you do in the business would not only affect you, but your employees and their families.
This portion One goal, one dream. Road to Storkada. Monday to Friday, 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Let's get together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.
Sa lahat ng problema, walang uurungang reklamo. Re-responde anumang sitwasyon. Kung kayo po ay may sumbong, mag-text lamang po sa 0915-415-1035. Mag-email din sa responde@net25.com. Pwede rin kayo magpadala ng inyong pong mensahe sa ating pong Facebook page at Net25TV. Walang imposible at lahat may solusyon sa mga totoong certified e-responder.
Let's get together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.
There's a lot of brands. There's a lot of restaurants. Yeah, there's a lot of food businesses in the Philippines. What makes the Illo's brand and the group very distinct from the other dining establishments in the Philippines?
We've always been asked that question, and what I always say, although I cannot really say for other brands, but this is how I just really look at it. Every time I look at our company as a brand, it's really about our authenticity, our brand being very relatable to the people. Why do I say so? One concrete example is, as a food business, if you'd look at our other competitors, whenever they post something on their feed, let's say on Instagram or on Facebook, most of them would try to put aesthetic pictures. For us, we don't really do that. When you look at our Instagram feed, we're normally point and shoot. Ngayon kasi ang labanan, kung ang tao ba ay kayang makarelate sa produkto mo no? Hindi lang yung maganda, hindi lang yung masarap. Most of the people would want them to feel your brand. They want the brand to talk to them in such level where they can be at at they can meet eye to eye. So whenever we post something also, that's what we do. And that has been our strategy even during the pandemic. We post pictures. Imagine our clients would be sending pictures to us, and then we post it on our social media, on our Instagram feeds. And then, natutuwa sila kasi nakikita nila na parang pati yung mga artists, whenever they send photos to us, tas kasabay nila na parang nandun din sa reels natin. I think it's something that they appreciate.
But how do you present something authentic or something relatable?
It shouldn't be fake. Sabi ko nga, even when we do our product shoots, point and shoot tayo eh. Hindi tayo kumukuha ng mga food photographers.
May mga garnishings, mga ganyan.
Siguro, well, at times of course, siguro we have to do a certain marketing mix para naman hindi masyadong super raw.
Boring.
But as much as possible, we want people to feel the brand. Hindi yung parang very superficial. May mga ganun na parang ano ba yan?
Yes.
Masyado siyang premium or masyado siyang hard to reach. So, we want people to relate well to the brand. We want them to feel na it's something that they can afford, although it's an elevated comfort food. We are making an equal playing field for them to buy and experience our product.
Wow, beautifully said, Maq. But nabanggit mo na rin naman yung market. Who are they? Kasi somehow, who do you want to relate to with your food, or who do you want to be authentic with? Sino ba?
For other brands, we have different market, but generally our target is really the middle class. Those people who would want to experience luxury without breaking the bank. Kumbaga, those people who would want to experience good food, but they want a casual dining but an elevated casual dining experience. So parang medyo fine dining siya, pero hindi.
Paano mo ma-achieve yun?
Well, it's a combination of different things. What we normally want to say is that we want people to experience what we call a multi-sensory experience. Something that you can smell, something that you can see, something that you can touch, something that you can hear. So even when they go to the restaurants, may distinct smell yung restaurant. Makikita mo, it's visually appealing. The way that you experience it, it's very homey. But of course, the most important thing of all, the quality of the food is something that hits home.
Okay, this one is nice. How did you curate your menu for both party trays and dine-in restaurants, and how has it contributed to your brand success?
It has greatly contributed. Again, we started from roughly around 5 to 6 dishes back in December of 2019, and now we have over 100 dishes in our party tray menu.
Who's formulating that?
Chef N.
Okay.
Yes, but of course there's also some collaboration with our chefs, mga existing natin na mga chefs na. And it's actually a fun process, no? Na when you get to work with your head chefs to build something that would entice people again to order something new, so that people would always be in their toes whenever they want to order something. How did we curate it? Again, from the dishes that are the popular dishes. There are bestsellers, there are staples, mostly what people order from the party trays. Hindi yun pwedeng mawala doon sa restaurant natin kasi yun yung hinahanap. We actually, when we started our restaurant, sinubukan natin na hindi muna ilagay lahat, pero hindi hinahanap ng mga tao. I think that's what the value for money comes from, because again, when they order for party tray, syempre iba ang presyo nun, no? But when you order, say, in our buffet restaurant, makikita mo yung mga favorite dishes mo at a fraction of a price, may experience mo na. So I think kaya naging patok din yung buffet natin, because coming from the perception of quality for our party trays, and then you dine in our buffet restaurant and you taste all of those best sellers at a fraction of a price. So it could be a good thing for them.
Wow. Maq, which one is a profitable business model? Yung party tray, yung sa dine-in, or others online? Where is the profit coming from in terms of pie?
Right now, again, ang nagpapamahal ang overhead expenses. At syempre kapag meron kang restaurant, malaki talaga ang overhead mo. So our main bread and butter is still the party trays business, the cloud kitchen business. Again, mainly because it has less overhead expense for us as compared to restaurant na may mga tao, meron kang nirerentahan na lugar, you have to maintain the maintenance of everything, lights, air conditioning units.
Tsaka nagbago na rin yung consumer behavior because
Correct.
of that, di ba?
Yes, yes,
The,
yes.
You know, people would love to go into that. Like,
Correct.
say, for example, instead of going out, going to the movies,
Yes.
you just have to stay at home and order that party
Correct,
tray.
correct, yes. So I don't think it's going to be the same pre-pandemic. Again, the consumer mindset has already evolved. So that's why we are still strengthening our position, our market position in the party trays business, because we would want to address that gap for our clients.
Mac, are there other new discoveries in terms of the Filipino palate naman, what they like after the pandemic? Mas health conscious pa sila? Ano yung mga bago? Dati talagang, sige, fat kung fat. Pwede
Yes,
yan.
correct. Well, for consumer behavior, Filipinos, again, they love to celebrate. They love sweet food, they love grilled food. But, you know, there's already a percentage, based on our experience also, there's also a percentage of Filipinos who are more into the health conscious side already. That's why part of our adaptation to that is we are already having, say, a gourmet wellness trays, so that we can also cater to that market. Although it's not that big of a market yet, but it's a growing market, and we want to position ourselves because, again, it varies already. Right now, even if there are people who are still health conscious, there are still people who would still want to munch the same kinds of foods. You know,
parang may mga cheat
meron
days.
cheat days pa rin yan, hindi yan mawawala. No? So it's just really about diversifying your dishes, reinventing your dishes, and being innovative.
Speaking of that, you know, last phrases that you mentioned, this is nice words. And this has something to do with building the brand. So, in your case, how did you develop that brand?
The brand of Illo's is mainly centered on the concept of, again, dine at home and celebrate life every day.
Okay.
So that when people think about dining at home and people would think about celebrations, they would think about our party trays. So we want the word Illo's to be synonymous with the word quality and home. So that's how we build our brand. So whenever we put our postings, social media postings, we focus more on families, we focus more on the real aesthetics of the food, not the curated ones, because we want it to become as natural as possible. That's what people noticed about the brand. So when we created our restaurant, nagets kaagad nila na okay, parang after the party trays, whenever people would want to dine at home, at now, after the pandemic, may mga restaurant na, they would go to our buffet restaurant, which is called Illo's Home. So, kumbaga parang from their home, now, it's an extension of their home. Yun. So, parang it's the same element of hominess, of quality, of Filipino tastes. Now, for the Privé, for the sub-brand that we have opened, it's because, again, we understand that since the pandemic, you know, there are some people who would likely be celebrating not at home, yung mga gusto na talagang bumalik sa mga dating nakagawian nila. So
and there's a lot of that.
Yes. So hindi naman din natin sila, we cannot keep people from doing that. Pero ang napansin lang namin, from dati malalaking celebrations, ngayon mas paliliit,
Mas
more
intimate.
mas intimate. Yeah.
Why? Why is that so?
Yeah, because of the pandemic, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because
They
of the
still
pandemic.
don't want big
Yes, big crowds.
congregations,
Yes,
big crowds.
correct. So we created Privé. Privé is our premium catering brand and private dining and premium catering. So basically, it's the brand that handles our catering. Different from party trays because, again, party trays, we deliver it to you. Privé naman, we go to you. We celebrate with you. Katulad nung natin, yung sa ginawa po natin for Net25, for the events, for the trade launch and all that. And we also do private dining naman. So these are for small intimate gatherings like mga 20 people. Yan, and we give out personalized, bespoke, private dining experience for them.
So assuming because one of the questions is because you responded to this already, customer experience. Are there times, since you mentioned about bespoke, are there times where it's off menu ba tawag doon?
Yes.
It's off menu and then they discuss with you what they want you to prepare. Is that possible?
It is very, very possible. Of course, we have our menu, which they can choose from. But if they have some other requests, which they want us to tailor fit for them, if our chefs can curate it for them, of course, we would be accommodating.
Wow. Last two questions, Maq. I know that there's a lot more, but you know, I hope you can visit again. Okay, this one is nice. What advice would you give to aspiring restaurateurs who are looking to embark on similar journey in the food business? Sila ba parang leap of faith din na alamak na, okay, I'll take a leap of faith. I'm sure it's not the case for everyone. So in your case, now you started literally from you know, zero.
Yes.
Of course, except from the fact that you know, sometimes with the failed businesses or failed attempts, somehow you know that gave you a lot of experience already. But in terms of advice, what advice do you give to aspiring restaurateurs?
Yeah, you are going to fail, but it's okay. You just have to strive and keep doing what you love. Do what you are passionate about, and do not strive for perfection, because perfection is the enemy of progress. So basically, that's it. And one important core that we highly value in our company is good intentions. Whatever you do, whether that be a decision, a financial decision, an operational decision, it always has to hinge on your core, and it always has to bring value to other people and bring good intentions.
Wow, I think you know, that's beautiful. But speaking of good intention, I think I forgot to ask you your project's commitment that you had to your employees as well. What were your projects initiatives for the welfare of your employees?
Presently, marami po. But even before during the pandemic, we housed them all. Talagang, of course, it's more of an operational risk. We did that because it was a risk for them to fly. You know, from if they would be coming from different places and then they would work for us, it would be an operational risk. So we don't have any other choice but, of course, to house them, everyone, just to make sure the integrity of the food, the safety of the. Yes, we still house them. But may option naman na if they would want to step out.
But they
most
just
of
have
them,
to present maybe an antigen result, maybe, or anything, you know, when they come back.
Before.
Mahigpit pa.
Yes, before. Now, hindi naman na eh.
Yes,
Hindi na siya ganun ka, ano. Our employees' well-being, it's very important. We normally do team building activities. We incentivize them. So there's a percentage of sales that we allot for our employees. And of course, from time to time, meron tayong mga pakulo eh. Yung mga pakulo tayong, may mga pa-contest tayong ginagawa sa kanila. Sa restaurant natin, we also have our paintings there. Now, when they upsell, they get commissions from the paintings that we have na nabebenta
Really?
nila.
Who paints this?
We were able to not really hire, but we were able to tap 3 local artists, which we just happened to meet on the streets.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So it becomes like a CSR na rin yun.
Correct.
Parang helping them, helping these artists.
Correct. Because we started like that. Even before, I mean, while we were expanding Illos, even the employees that we had during that time, some of them were sampagita vendors, some of them were construction workers, nagtitinda ng lugaw, and now they hold management positions in the company already. So it really started from there. We are really after the we really started it based on how we see people, give opportunities to people. You know, some of them kasi we believe na they just need to have an opportunity. They just need to be given an opportunity for them to thrive. And we give them that opportunity and they fly.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, speaking of expansion, how many restaurants do you have now? What are your plans for expansion? And of course, the most important is where can they find you and how will they order the party trays?
You can actually visit us on our social media pages. It's Illo's Party Trays on Facebook and _ Illo's Party Trays on Instagram. So if you have these social media pages and you'd want to order, our account managers would be very willing to assist you. And for your own convenience, if you'd want to order via website or online, you can also visit our website. It's www.dinewithilios.com. So that goes with our 4 other restaurants, 4 other branches, and for catering.
Wow, this has been a very satisfying conversation. That's Maq Agapito, the COO of Illo's Group. Open for business. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Dumating ang taong masasabi mong tunay na kaibigan.
Yep! At kapag siya'y natagpuan na, huwag mo nang pakawalan.
Ang tunay na kaibigan, laging nandyan kahit kailan.
Handang gawin ang lahat, maging happy ka lang.
Gagawin ang Afro-Fang! Para sa'yo, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan.
Tulad na lang ng inyong mga bagong kaibigan.
Tuwing umaga,
love,
Tunipet,
and everything!
Lunes hanggang Biyernes,
6:30 ng umaga
sa Net 25! Let's get there! Love Tunipet and everything! Love Tunipet and
mga signs ng meron. Menopause really happens. In my case, I had a condition called endometriosis.
Miss Corina, ganda po ng hair nyo. Ano pong shampoo nyo?
Mapa-senior man kayo.
My apos are here. They're here with me and they give me such joy. And so, kung hindi ako magtatrabaho, how could I spoil them?
O Gen Z?
Nar is actually an accent from Australia. So like when you say no, you don't say no. They say nar.
Bida kayo dito.
Shumay!
Let's just always choose to be kind.
Kaya ugaliin ang tumutok kung saan masaya at maganda ang simula ng araw. 10 a.m. to 12, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, kada umaga.
Let's get together. Sunnet 25. Sunnet 25.
Open for business is at the helm. Marvel struggles after the Endgame era. It seems like fewer people cared after the Endgame era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The most recent film, The Marvels, only earned $47 million domestically. That is the lowest in the franchise's 30-plus film history. The Marvels was predicted to hit between $75 million to $80 million. Senior analysts pointed out that this result proves how important the international marketplace is for MCU. The film garnered $63 million ticket sales outside the US. Ayon pa sa mga eksperto, naging hit or miss na sa mga manonood ang content ng Marvel Studios pagkatapos ng Avengers Endgame noong 2019, kung saan tinapos ang storylines ng mga sikat na karakter tulad ni na Captain America na ginampanan ni Chris Evans, Iron Man na ginampanan ni Robert Downey Jr. Pinuna ni boxoffice.com Chief Analyst Sean Robbins ang business decision ng Marvel Studios na tambakan ng mga serye ang Disney Plus dahil tila binigyan ang casual audiences ng mga homework para mas maintindihan ang storylines. However, Robbins believes audiences are not ready to give up on MCU yet. The poor result occurs at the same time that Loki's second season is receiving praise from the fans. This result for the Marvels is being seen as a crossroads moment from a creative and business standpoint, a catalyst for the studio to reassess its future plans.
Ako si Lolo Ever.
At ako si May.
Ang aking forever. Si Lola May na passionista. Loves ko kahit ang tapang niya.
Hoy ever, loves din kita. Naligo ka na ba?
Si Ever for May. At si May forever.
Mga problemang may kinalaman sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay.
Ano sa palagay niyo?
Katiwalian at korupsyon sa kung saan-saan.
Ano sa palagay niyo?
Kalusugan.
Ano sa palagay niyo?
Edukasyon.
Ano sa palagay nyo?
Hanap buhay.
Ano sa palagay nyo?
Ang daming issue. Samahan ninyo sina Ali Soto at Pat P. Daza sa pagbusisi sa lahat ng yan at iba pa. Ano sa palagay nyo? Year 3 na!
Let's get together. Sunnet 25. Sunnet 25.
One goal, one dream. Road to Storkada. Monday to Friday, 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Let's get together. Sunnet 25. Sunnet 25.
And with that, our buzzword of the week is Cloud Kitchen. It is a food service business that serves customers exclusively by delivery and pickup based on phone and online ordering. There is no full-service restaurant premise. Plate by plate, tray by tray, Illo's Group Incorporated is all about serving food from the heart. It's a testament to resilience, determination, and unwavering passion for food and people. The Illo's Group Incorporated story is a beacon of hope for aspiring entrepreneurs, reminding us all that with passion, dedication, and a dash of creativity, anything is possible. And with that, our quote of the week is from George Bernard Shaw. He said, "There is no love sincerer than the love of food." Thank you, Maq. Maraming salamat sa iyo. At Naway marami pa kayong mabusog. Maraming salamat sa isang oras na pagsama sa amin upang tunghayan ang isang makabuluhang usapan ukol sa negosyo dito lang sa Open for Business. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan nyo kaming muli dito sa Open for Business. Catch us too on Facebook, on YouTube, like and subscribe on our social media page at Net25 TV. We will bring you more insights from industry experts, thought leaders, CEOs, and featured SMEs. Together, let us help encourage business development in the Philippines. Sharpen your business acumen, fill the pause, and set the trend for as long as you are informed and open for business. Ito po si Cesar Vallejos. Marami pong salamat. Mga ka-Net 25, this is Cesar Vallejos of Open for Business. For more updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook pages.